Yo, Bo, welcome to another episode of In the Life of MightyFan. Got an unboxing to share. Yes, another hat unboxing. Oh, look who's streamlined now. It hasn't helped. I'm still not quicker. So, but anyhow, I got my summer due over the weekend, and I have an unboxing. I got a package here from the Clink Room. So shout out to the Clink Room. This was a pre-order from I think last summer, if I remember correct. And I just got it in the mail. So here's the box. Got one hat in here. I already took the liberty of opening the box. I didn't look in it yet. So we are gonna. We got lovely. We got lovely tissue paper. So we're gonna move that out of the way. We do have a few tchotchkes here. We got the Clink Room Kong right there, a sticker, and we have a the Clink Room hat pin. I don't put a lot of pins on my hats, but we have another pin. Nice pin. Nice pin. And here is the hat. Now, full disclosure, I did order this prior to the World Series last year. So, this is the Rocket Pops. I believe it's the 2.0. The 1.0 I never did get, which was more of the USA colorway, the red, white, and blue. And I felt bad about not getting it afterwards, but when this one became available, I knew I had to jump on it. And it is a Houston Astros themed hat. So shout out to all the Houston people out there, all right? There's your Astros colorway Rocket Pops. Got the, what's that? The, kind of the dark yellow, I guess, under with the orange. And you got the Rocket Pop logo in the Astros colorway. So that's pretty cool, right? This will definitely go with some of the Astros hats in the collection. Although I'm trying not to wear them right now. New era in that yellow as well. The flag. It does have the, again, that Clink Kong logo, flat logo right on the back. It has the orange squatchy. And give you a look at the details. Very nice hat. I like that design. I like, how it looks, and it does have that tequila sunrise colorway on the inside. So, it's Houston Astros when you see that, right? But I don't think any of the Clink Room creators were banging on trash cans when they made this. But no, hey, they beat us in the World Series. We have to remind them every now and then, right? Yes, you cheaters, you. But anyhow, the that is the latest and greatest in the collection, and that's it. That's all for the pickups. A couple other things I wanted to discuss, as I usually do. Yeah, I want to backtrack a little bit from my last video. So I did the King of Prussia Mall vlog, and I'm glad people enjoyed it. I haven't done a mall vlog in quite a while. Partly because I was having some memory issue with the phone, and I knew I just couldn't, film like I did. But I opened up some memory, so I was able to do that, which was cool. I enjoy doing that kind of thing. I don't think I would do it all the time. I'm still a little, bashful when it comes to that kind of thing. Just talking, and oh, hey, here I am looking at hats and shoes and jerseys, and hey, you know. But there wasn't a ton of people at the mall. It was a Sunday morning or early afternoon, I should say. But I still get a little, I understand when you do it like long enough, you don't even, it's like second nature. But it's like, you have eyes on you. It's like, what's this guy doing? Even though I know, like, these days vlogging is the thing. Everyone vlogs, right? But still, it still takes a little getting used to. I don't have a tripod that I could take with, like, this one. I couldn't use this one to do it. So maybe someday I will. We'll see. Um, it is what it is, but I will still do it from time to time. The copyright thing is still a nuisance. I mean, you can't go anywhere without music being on the speakers. And I could just do the video and then do a talk over the the video, but still, that's more work, and I'd like to just say it right there in the moment. Because sometimes that's when you say your best stuff, just stuff that just comes out, right? And sometimes it's a bad thing too, because you're not filtered at that point. But um, there's nothing I can do about it. I even wrote in caps, I do not have the rights to this music, and I still got the copyright claim. At this point, I'm not a contributor with YouTube. I'm not monetarized with it. I don't think I'm ever going to be. So I kind of have this bare bone channel that I've had since 2009. And I really hope I never get kicked off YouTube because of some dopey song being played at a mall and I'm just trying to do my thing. I do think I understand there should be rights and whatnot, but I do think they should be a little lax on that. I mean, we're living in an era where, look, people want to vlog, people want to go out and have the freedom to go out and speak when they're out and doing their thing, right? And when you have music playing, particularly at malls, we can't control that. We're just in the store showing stuff, talking about stuff, and you have music playing, but it's not really, we're not doing that to give. And I understand it's like, oh, it's free pub for the music people, but there's nothing we can do. I tried overlaying mall speaker music with other tracks from iMovie, and I still get the claim. So it's even when I try to do something good, it backfires. You still get the damn claim. So, like I said, I'm just I don't want to sound like that, but I'm just not going to worry about it. It is what it is. It's an uncontrollable thing. When I'm in the car, obviously, it's controllable. I just don't have radio or anything on. But when I'm out in public, like I want to do some vlogging from like the ballpark, from Scissors Bank Park. I want to do some vlogging from other stores. I would like to do some, Ross and TJ Maxx or something like that vlogging at some point. And obviously, if I'm in there and there's some music going on, I'm still going to film. I mean, like I said, I'm not monitorized. I'm not trying to be someone with all the ads on the the channel or anything like that. It's just not something I'm interested in. So, hopefully, you know, nothing happens of it. But like I said, I've been on YouTube for quite a while, doing this crazy stuff for quite a while. So it is what it is. And, there are times I want to go out and vlog. I want to do stuff, and I shouldn't have to worry about, oh, well, if I film in this store, there's music. Oh, what do I do? But at any rate, one of the things I did want to make mention, I didn't go to Pro Image because Pro Image is currently closed there. Pro Image is going to be relocating to another spot in the mall for the better because the last location was not good. It was it was out of the way. It wasn't very noticeable. My buddy who works there, Anthony, I mean, we've had talks about it. It's just, I'm glad they're moving, and hopefully they're going to move to a bigger store location so they can put more stuff out. That's something that they couldn't do at the last location. It was almost like a Lids, like if you walk into like a regular Lids, not a locker room, but it was kind of that kind of space. There wasn't a lot of space. And they jam-packed it in there. They got a lot of stuff in there. But, most Pro Images you go to are bigger locations, bigger stores, a lot of stuff, tchotchkes, what have you. So they're hoping to move into a space in the mall where they could do that again. And, I don't know when, maybe by the late spring, early summer, we'll see. But for now, as I make this video in late April, Pro Image is closed at KOP, but they will be reopening at their new location at some point in the future, in the near future. So that is why I didn't go there. I kind of realized after I filmed, all my local haunts, and I never mentioned Pro Image. Well, that's the reason, because I couldn't go to Pro Image. Always I do, though. Wherever there's a Pro Image, if I'm in the mall and I see a Pro Image, I'm walking in there. Even if I don't buy anything, just to see what they got. Take some mental notes for stuff. So that's kind of backtracking on my last video. And, other news, I mean, hats. I've been kind of disappointed. Recently, there's been some Phanatic hats. The Philly Phanatic, him. Where is he? There he is right there. So he and I are both 45 years old this year. Okay, we both came out in 1978. So did Michael Myers. So, the good ones were born in 78. But I've always been obviously a Phillies fan and a fan of the Phanatic. He is the goat of mascots in my mind. He is numero uno. We both share the same waistline, which is, it is what it is. But I got a Phanatic jersey right over there. I've always been a fan of the big green guy. And there's recently been some really nice Phanatic hats made, but I didn't know about them. The problem in the hat game is, and I want to give a big shout out to where I'm an alum of in the hat game, of course, Views from the Vault and the fellas who do yeoman's work. I mean, they really put in a lot of work for the hat game and alerting everyone when there's things out there. They do a weekly show previewing stuff that's coming out. I know Jason, aka the Hat Crawler, does just amazing work on the Discord page and elsewhere, putting out alerts to when hats get dropped and all these different. I mean, there are just endless places that put out hats anymore, right? But with the fact that there's so much out there, it's hard to see everything. It's hard to know, oh, well, this place is doing a Phanatic hat. So, obviously, I'm on Instagram at MightyFan, and I forget the name of the place, but they put out a Phanatic and a Friar, the San Diego Padres mascot. They did like a little 2-set of hats. And the hats were only available in store, and then they opened it up online, but at like 6 p.m. their time, or whatever time it was. And I saw it too late. So by the time I clicked on the link, you couldn't even find the hat. So obviously they were sold out. And then last night, I noticed from Pancake, shout out to Pancake, who's a great Phillies fan and hat collector. Probably has the largest Phillies hat collection you'll ever see. He posted a little, homage to the Phanatic, and he had a collage of Phanatic hats, and 2 of the hats were recent additions by New Era Buffalo. And obviously, New Era is based in Buffalo. I didn't know about the Instagram page until I saw Pancake put out his. And so he had the two Phanatic hats with the Phanatic riding his ATV, which is one of the more kind of famous things he does right at the ballpark. And I'm like, oh, man. And these hats, I mean, they weren't available. If you clicked on the link, it took you to the New Era site, but there's no Phanatic on the ATV hats. So I'm hoping that some of these Phanatic hats hit the New Era Clubhouse store. I mean, it's a New Era shop at the ballpark, particularly those ATV hats. So I would love to get my hands on them. And obviously, every time I'm seeing a Phanatic hat now, it's sold out. And I'm like, well, this isn't going well. I'm a Phillies fan. I'm a Phanatic fan. If I was green and had a long nose, I might even resemble the Phanatic. I have no idea. But, we both can do the thing I don't want to do. We both can do the thing with our belly, right? It's one of his main kind of skit things. But anyhow, I'm not proud of that. But you know that... But I would love to get some of these Phanatic hats, but I would love to know about these things when they're there. And it's really impossible. Like you can't see everything, right? It's like you have to be in the right place at the right time, and boom, there it is, right? So I'm hoping these hats hit the New Era Clubhouse store, particularly those ATV hats, because those were really cool. And I would love to have them, but Buffalo. I mean, that's Blue Jays country. We still have a little feeling about the Blue Jays around here for 93, But it's like all these places are putting out Phanatic, but it's not Philly. That's our guy. It would be nice to have some nice Phanatic hats actually show up here. At the ballpark. Where does he ride the ATV? At the Citizens Bank Park, so let's get some Phanatic on the ATV hats here. Let's go! And maybe they still will. I haven't reached out to them. Maybe they are. Who knows? These just came out, I think, recently. I mean, Pancake just had the picture yesterday, I believe, or maybe the day before. And so, obviously, he got them just recently. He shouted them out. And so it's one of those things. I'm sitting there, I'm going, I would like a Phanatic hat too. I'm sure other Phillies fans want these hats, so let's have them available where we are, where we go to at the ballpark, and let's get them there. Now maybe because they sold so well, I'm sure there might be an influx, coming in of Phanatic hats. I mean, let's face it, in the hat game, when something sells and something's popular, all of a sudden then you see it everywhere. The Bison hats, right? And for the Phillies, right, it was that elongated Phillies logo with the orbiting ball. That logo that you see on like just about every hat now. Every Phillies hat has that full Phillies with the ball logo on it because it became so popular. So I'm sure at some point there'll be more availability for these Phanatic hats because obviously they sold well, they sold out. Phillies fans don't mess around. We don't. And there's something out there we like, we buy. So so I'm hoping because they were good big sellers that yeah, you'll start seeing more, Phanatic stuff available and hopefully at the ballpark. I can go there. I can't. Something these drops I don't see right away, but I know I can go there, or Pro Image can get them, or local lids, or something which is actually in the Philly area can get these things in, so that more of the actual Philly. I know that we have Phillies fans all over the place, and shout out to all of you, but I live here, and I would like to be able to add some more Phanatic hats to the collection, and we need them at the ballpark. This is where he resides. That's his main office. The ATV is there, not in Buffalo. He's not in a barrel going down the falls. Okay, he's on an ATV and he rides that at the ballpark. So that's where that hat should be available, and hopefully it is. Maybe it still will. I haven't seen it. They haven't put out anything. I haven't asked them because they don't always know everything they're going to be getting in. But I know they do have ballpark exclusives. I got a really nice Phillies hat, a nice Phanatic hat there it's all green with the red under brim and the logo on the front. I think it was like a year ago, maybe two. I don't know. Time it just all blends together now. But yeah, so I'm hoping that these become like ballpark exclusives, or maybe if not the same hat, they get something similar. And then I can vlog and I can, oh, look at me. I'm getting a Phanatic hat now. Look. I didn't have to see this on Instagram. By the time it was already sold out, it's in my hand now. Ooh. So we'll see. We'll see. But good hats. I mean, it's good to see them. Just would like them, but no. I'm sure the views from the Vault guys probably always think of me when they see the Phanatic. They kind of saw me as the Phanatic, when I was on their show. To the point where they have a cartoonist, one of the people who does stuff all for different hat designs or whatever, but he'll do like a comic strip for them every now and then. And he did like a annual Halloween one. And I was featured in this comic strip dressed up as the Phanatic. That was that was me. So it is what it is. I can see them now. If the Phanatic starts taking off and these hats become more available, they'll be doing one of their weekend, the weekend caps or the upcoming previews, and they're like, and I can see Jason's eye roll right now. Phanatic hat shows up, he's like, oh, Neil. I can see it right now. But I do think at some point, I'm telling you, each of them at least once need to have at least one Phanatic hat in their collections. I think, Pierre, I can see him wearing one for the, one of the shows. Leon, he can have a Phanatic, and even Jason, who, as much as I know, he'll see that and he'll see my grinning face. One of these days, it will be like some colorway that he can't resist or some metallic thing, and he'll be like, as much as I don't want to have this, here it is, and he'll have it. Even Snapback. He's a bit of an odd guy, but I can see Snap wearing a Phanatic hat at some point with a jersey that goes nothing with the Phillies. I, he'll have like a White Sox jersey on with it for some reason because I want to pull him aside one day and just say, Snap, I know this might be your shtick. You're a bit of an odd person at times. We know he's like he's different. He can be out there at times, but the combo wombo game has to get better. You're wearing like a Braves hat with a Pirates jersey. It doesn't go. It doesn't work, buddy. It's like this is anti-combo wombo. Now, I won't always wear the same team. In fact, I like the challenge. I like the challenge of finding the hat to go with a different jersey, but it's the same city. It's the same area. It goes together even though it's not the same team. But like the other day when I was doing the mall vlog, right? I want that Braves hat because it's a Falcons hook. I want that for Dion, right? The red, white, and black hat. That's a Falcons hook. I want that. That for the Falcons, not for the Braves, but for the Falcons. I want to wear that with Dion and Jesse Tuggle and the Brett Favre rookie, as they called him on draft day. Yeah, I'd wear it with all of them. So yeah, I mean, I can do that, but the city still matches up, or the area will still match up. I'm not wearing a White Sox jersey with a Marlins hat. That's not good combo wombo. That's bad. Even if you go two different sports, like I'm not wearing, the Astros hat with a Jordan jersey. No, it doesn't work. I mean, you can wear a White Sox hat with a Jordan because he was a member of with the Barons, with the White Sox minor league. So you could do that. I don't, but you could if you wanted to, right? But the two different teams from two different, Snap. I see that every now and then. I'll watch one and he'll be sitting there wearing toot, and I'm just. He's a different kind of person. He marches to his look. We all march to our own beats, right? But the combo wombos has to be they're not MightyFan approved. They're not. No. But they do great work, all of them. They really put out great content every day. I can't believe how much they put out. It's like how many times I'll get like these YouTube alerts and it's views in the vault with another video. I'm like, man, these guys they put in that work and they always do a great job as always. I was happy to be on there for a bit with them, maybe I'll hop on again sometime. You never know. You never know. I know they do a weekly baseball show now. So if they want to remember MightyFan I'll wear my Phanatic jersey. I'll wear for they I know they need the Phanatic back on there. That's the thing. I'll put it on with the Phanatic hat. Jason would be thrilled. He misses me. Come on. Come on. But they do wonderful work. And if you haven't already subscribed to them, make sure you do so here on YouTube and join their Discord page too. Because there's a ton of information on there and it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of good people in the community. People helping others and I haven't asked about the Phanatic hats on there or even that Braves hat on there. Sometimes I almost feel like some things kind of get, because so many things get on there, like it kind of gets, just lost in the translation. But it's a great site. It's a great source, I should say, for information. And there's so many drops. It's hard to keep up with. It just, oh my God. Throughout the day, how many drops? So even though the hat craze with the reselling bit has kind of dried up a bit, the hat game is still very strong. And it's a good thing because there's a lot of great hats out there. You just have to see them when they become available, which I sometimes don't, like the Phanatic, and then I get in my feels about it. So we're gonna move on from that. So shout out as always to the Views from the Vault guys. You know, you guys continue to do great work, and it's still very much appreciated. And a shout out to the FHS community as well. And goodness, what else? What else? Mitchell and Ness put out something on Instagram today that they are getting back in the baseball hat game. Now they haven't put out baseball MLB hats in quite a while. Quite a while. It's been a very long time, but they used to. I have some really nice fitteds that they used to do. They even made the wool flannel hats. Many years ago, like a collection of those to go with the wool flannel jerseys from that time period. I have an old Brooklyn Dodgers hat that doesn't fit me, but I have it that I got at the store many years ago when the store was on Chestnut Street, and but they put out little teasers, and if you go on their site, you can see some of them. They have some of the models wearing the hats, and you can kind of get a little gauge for what they're doing. Now, at this point, all I see is snapbacks, and they all seem to have different colorways and side patches and different stuff. But it's cool, and I'm sure there's going to be hats that are put out there for the jerseys they make, which is cool, little combo wombo action. So that's a good thing. That's cool, and I'm sure at some point they'll make fitted hats too. Because I mean, come on, they know a lot of people buy fitteds, so I'm sure that will come as well. I think they might just start with snaps because a lot of the hats they make now are snaps, right, for all the other leagues. So you'll probably see a lot of snaps at first, and then you might get a little selection of fitteds. Then we'll get some more, and so on and so forth. Listen, they know the hat game is so big; it blew up. The fitted game is huge, still is. Even if the resale market isn't what it was in the COVID years, it's still very big. People want to buy them. People have interest, and so they're going to put them out. And I think it's a good thing. Baseball was the one that was missing, right? They had basketball, they had hockey now, the NFL, some soccer stuff for the MLS or whatnot, but baseball was still missing, and it was missing for quite a while. And I was wondering, like, okay, well, they have the rights to do all these other things. Is it a new era thing why they couldn't do it? I don't know. Maybe now the fact that they're with Fanatics, maybe that kind of helps to pump these things out, and we'll see. But yeah, they're going to be putting out some MLB hats. At first, I think the first wave are going to be snaps from what we see based off the photos. But like I said, I'm sure fitteds will come at some point. I look forward to it. I mean, it's just another way to get more hats. And for me, I'm happy about that. There'll probably be a full stock of them in the store. They'll probably sell them elsewhere, like lids, other places that have the Fanatics umbrella. So you'll have plenty of chances of getting them. And, that's a good thing. And some of the designs, I mean, even though you just saw like a little glimpse, a little teaser, they look pretty good. So I look forward to that. And I look forward to seeing what they're doing. So, that was kind of the news for today. Also, speaking of the Views from the Vault guys, they remembered I'm a hoagie enthusiast. I thought it was pretty funny. So the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs years ago did a cheesesteak theme, and I'm sitting there going, okay, I know the cheesesteak is a big Philly thing, but hoagies are a big thing too, and we call them hoagies. I know they're called subs or heroes where you might be. It's hoagies here, okay? And I'm like, man, I'd love to see a hoagie on a hat, because you saw the cheesesteak hats were big. They made a bunch of them in different colorways, like an Eagles colorway, a Flyers, a Sixers, Phillies, obviously different theme nights for it. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's Philly, obviously. Everyone thinks of cheesesteaks when you think of Philly, sandwiches. But hoagies are big too here. So let's get a hoagie hat. Let's get some hoagie stuff. And then so I'm on the recliner, which is right next to me here. Last night I'm watching the Rangers Devils game. I fall asleep because I normally do. And It wasn't a Flyers game, so I'm like, I dozed off. I wake up, it's around midnight. And I'm like, damn, I have to get up early. It's a work day and everything. And I gotta go upstairs, get in bed, and I just, but when the phone, you get all these different alerts and they build up because you haven't been on your phone for a bit, right? And I'm just, let me go, okay, move this, move that, I wound up on Instagram. And one of the first things down the feed is after I saw Pancake with the Phanatic hats was the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. One of their theme nights or one of their themes for this season is a hoagie night. So, so they're doing the Lehigh Valley Hoagies, and they had like a shirt. That was the first thing I saw was the shirt. And I said, "Ooh," and I put it up as my story on Instagram. And the next thing I saw was the hat, and it was a red, Phillies colorway with the hoagie on the front, just like they had the cheesesteak back in the day. And I'm like, "Ooh." I clicked on the link. Oh, that made me happy. I clicked on the link, and I couldn't buy that hat quick enough. I said, "Oh, I don't want to miss it." And already there were sizes missing. I'm like, "Oh, let me get my size. I like panic bought. I hit the, put my size in the cart, and I made sure I got it because this is what I said years ago. I want a hoagie hat. Then they made a hoagie hat. It looks like an Italian hoagie. I know. I've had a few. So it looks like they have an Italian hoagie on the, and it was right there. And I'm like, this is the MightyFan hat. This is what it is right here. And I put it right up as my story. Oh, I was happy about that. So I should be getting that at some point this week. And it's a Phillies red hat with the Italian hoagie on the front. This is what makes MightyFan hat. I couldn't get the Phanatic hat, but I got the hoagie hat. So that's a win. It doesn't take much. So that. Oh my God, I'm all choked up now. I can't. Oh my. So I'm like, the theme, look at this food theme night. This is, yes. I think I know what hat I'm wearing this year when I go to an Iron Pigs game. So they've done different Philadelphia food related, right? They did the cheesesteak. They did a scrapple night. They did different things. I forget if they did like a roast beef night or whatever, but they've done different things for like Philly foods. And hoagie was still no, it's not missing anymore. Now it's now my favorite hoagie is still Lee's. Lee's is still my favorite, and I know there's so many hoagie places, just everywhere in this area, right? You get obviously Wawa, you got your Jersey Mike's, you got your you can't go very long without finding a shop. But still, I know the shout out to the Philly captain. He was promoting what was it, Ricky's in Philly. But for me, it's Lee's. It's always been Lee's. It will always be Lee's. I don't care. It will always be Lee's. There's Primo's. And a lot of these places are like chain places. And Lee's is somewhat of a chain, but not as much as some of these other spots. Oh, they still make a very good hoagie. And the oil. See, you have to understand, there's a few things that make a hoagie, okay? What we would consider a good hoagie, the bread has to be good. The roll. If it's not a good roll, it don't work. That's bad combo wombo for hoagie. You can't have a bad roll. I don't want a hoagie where I pick it up and it falls apart as soon as you pick it. No. That's bad. That's not it. Okay, so you need the good roll. And then you have to get the stuff in there. Some people are they're like chintzy with what they put on there. It's just a couple bites and it's done. No, I mean, look at me. I don't look like to be a couple bite person, do I? I want to enjoy the meal. So fill the damn thing, okay? So put the ingredients have to be right. They have to be fresh. They have to be right and good, and then the oil. The oil has to, the sauce or whatever they use has to be right. It has to be right. And Lee's has their own little sauce. And they it's one of the things that makes theirs still to me the best. It's just that oil sauce that they put on there with the good bread and the good, the fillings are good and they put a lot in there, and that oil that when you have a good one when you have it wrapped up and if you're taking it home, unless you eat it right there, and by the time you get home, you open up the wrap and there's like oil. You can see the spot through the wrapper. That's how you know. So but that's what makes it to me the best. They have that good bread, they fill it good, and they have that oil sauce on the I can taste it right now. I think I might go there. I I have some other stuff here I have to finish. Otherwise, I think tonight would be a Lee's night. This is making me think of Lee's. I'm gonna go there with that hat. I'm gonna vlog. I'm gonna have the hat on. I remember when Slim was here late last year, when the Eagles were getting ready for the NFC title game. We went to Lee's, and we both got to wear the hoagie hat there. Have our pictures taken. Oh my goodness, that was great. But no, is still my favorite place for a hoagie shop. It's still my favorite. I can have a hoagie from anywhere, and I've had some really good ones, and even some of the chain places, they do okay. They make a solid hoagie, okay. But to me, none of them is Lee's. None of them. None of them is as good as Lee's. I'm a Leesman. That's just what it is. That's what I've had them all over at the different shop, different this, different that. To me, it's still, and maybe that's because that's the one I grew up with. There used to be one not far from the house, and we would go there. My dad and I would go there before going to like a Sixers game, and we would eat there, and then go to the games. It's always been that memory, but the hoagie has always been that one's always been the best to me, and no one has made one quite like that. There's been some really good ones. There's been some, like, if that was there's like 1A or 2, there's been others that are up there, but none have surpassed Lee's to me. But everyone has their favorite place, right? Subway, there's all these different places that make them. You can't go like 4 or 5 blocks around here without finding a hoagie shop somewhere. I've made my own. I tried different things. But so I've learned over the years what makes them good, and I try to make as good as I can, and I do okay. I do okay. But it's making your own still isn't the same. It still doesn't have that same kind of feeling to it. Maybe because it's just something you make. You're not thinking of it that way. Like when you go and you get it, it's a different experience. But anyhow, I've rambled on about hoagies here but that was my big purchase very early in the wee hours this morning, was that the Lehigh Valley Hoagies hat. You did good, Lehigh Valley. You did good. I always knew. I knew there'd be a hoagie themed one of these days. I was waiting. The only theme that it bugs me that I didn't get it at the time. Speaking of the Phanatic, the Reading Phillies had a Phanatic theme, and they were celebrating an anniversary or whatever, and they had this Phanatic jersey, which was freaking awesome, and I never bought it, and now you can't find it. And they had a hat to go with it. That was one of the hats that Pancake showed on his Instagram the other day, and I'm like, why didn't I get this? Why didn't I get this? But that's the one theme night thing that I still, with a minor league team, that I wish I could have gotten. But I didn't miss out on the hoagies. There's a jersey for it, too. I don't know if I'll do the jersey. We'll see. That might have to happen. Maybe when I go to the game. I go to one Iron Pigs game every year with my buddy TJ Fan. We go every year We go to a Phantoms game. We go to who's the minor league affiliate to the Flyers. We go to an Iron Pigs game, which of course is the AAA affiliate to the Phillies. We go there. I'll probably vlog from there this year when I do it. It's always a fun trip, and they have a nice team shop in there with all sorts of stuff. And you never know. Maybe I'll pick up a Hoagies jersey that day. We'll see. Get a MightyFan Hoagies jersey. You never know, right? Never say never. Anyhow, this has been 40 minutes of fun. That's what this has been. I had an unboxing. Again, the Clink Room, Rocket Pops 2.0, the Astros theme, hat. I gotta keep it away from the Philly stuff, so we gotta. I pre-ordered that I think last summer, if I'm not mistaken, and it just came in the mail today. So thank you again to Clink Room. Job well done yet again. They do really good hats. I missed out on some Phanatic hats. Phanatic hats, I should say. But I didn't miss on the Hoagies hat, the Lehigh Valley Hoagies. I'm a fan. It takes so little for me. But I'm happy to have gotten that hat, and that should be in the mail this week. And outside of that, I got nothing else. I've talked about a bunch of things, right, as I usually do. But I hope you're all doing well. I look forward to visiting my buddy Slim this weekend, taking a little trip to Maryland. Maybe I'll have to take some vid out there, right, or down there. I should take some vid with Big Slim. I look forward to seeing him. I look forward to seeing Nostalgia Boy there. You never know who pops up, right? So I look forward to seeing them. I look forward to Red Robin. I look forward to Golden Corral. These I don't understand why we don't have more of these around here. Why is there no Red Robins here? It makes no sense. There's no Red Robins. There's no Sonics. I see all these Sonic commercials every day. All these drinks that they have. I'm like, there's no Sonic here. I like lemonade. They have a nice looking cherry lemonade. I can't do anything about it. We're living in a society, but I look forward to that. Doing some mall trips, possibly getting an Orioles hat or two, because we know I need more snacks. Yeah, I do need more. How many do I need more? It's not going to stop. But I look forward to doing that. Maybe I'll find that Braves hat there. That would be fun. What I call the Falcons, the Dion. I'm calling that hat the Dion. So maybe I'll find that one there. Maybe they'll have it. It's kind of somewhat south, so maybe it's closer to Atlanta than I am right now. So maybe Maryland gets more Brave stuff in. We'll see. I'm gonna keep an eye. I'm keeping my eyes open for that when I'm there. Yes, so Slim knows if I see it there, I'm gonna do my little happy dance. Apparently, I do this little dance when I find something I like. But no, I shake like the Phanatic. I do. I don't have quite the tongue, but no, I'm going to go for now. And thank you all for watching and hanging in here with me for 43 minutes of joy. And I'm getting alerts on my phone, so let me go see what those are. But what do you always got to do? You leave those likes, like, right? Lots of likes. We want to subscribe to, if you haven't already done so, make sure to hit the bell icon to be alerted to all future content from yours truly. Maybe something from Maryland over the weekend. There might be content from there. Maybe at some point, maybe the Citizens Bank Park gets some of those Phanatic hats in. You can see me get them and, get those in hand. Buffalo, huh? Buffalo. Good hats, though. I can't lie about that. They're very nice. I wish they were here. But I'm gonna get going for now, as I've said a few times. But you all take care. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.